The chosen one, the faces behind the masks, are finally revealed. In this moment, when everything is much deeper than it seems, we are witnessing the revelation of hidden secrets. Nothing will be the same anymore. Show your power to everyone and set an example by writing 77 in the comments. Those who once disappeared are now knocking on your door again. But it's too late now. Your world is wider, your desk is full, and you are on a whole new level. This is not a reckoning. This is a story of ascension that draws your boundaries. Not everyone has a place next to you. Some should only watch from afar. They had their chance and lost it with their own hands. Now they can only look at the brightest moments of their lives from afar. Underlying their return is not the warmth of old friendship, but hollow plans. They come not with apologies, but with a veil of false memories. They want to come to you because your light makes them visible. Your achievements, your victories, but also their compass. Accustomed to shadow, they turn to you when they find a shining path. They are not loyal friends, but those looking for an easy way out. They are looking for ways to claim the summit you have built, not the bonds once shared. Those who ignored your rise are now struggling with the fear of being lost. Those who focused on their own paths and despised you are waking up today with the echo of your steps. When they realize that they are only extras off the stage, they want to return. Your success is a truth echoing in their silence. While you stood, they were the ones watching. So now, they want to appear next to you, hoping to find a reflection in your light. Their goal is not connection, but a role in your story. Even their praise is a means to an end. Beneath the surface, there is still an expectation. Their words are not appreciation, but a handy spanner. They don't really see you, but what you can bring. They now feel the weight of the moments they once turned their backs on. They want to build their way out on your victories. And at that moment, when they realize what it means to be excluded, their former silence gives way to a desperate noise. Their return never carries a peace pipe. It is a struggle born of their own oblivion. They are there, not because they fear your change, but because they fear their own backwardness. The reason they are knocking on the door today is not because they are lost in your path, but because they are lost in their own emptiness. Your story is not an opportunity for them, but an echo of a time they missed. Now those who have returned are left alone with the echo of their own silence. Their absence was no coincidence. It was the result of a layered and deep ignorance. Those who first despised you and stepped aside now want to find a trace by following your steps. Their silence at that time was actually their fear, their lack of courage to move forward with you. Today, they are looking for a place at your table, because the void they left behind has never been filled. Their memories are a regret. Your story is a transformation that has already reached its peak. Those who once guided you, or authority figures, refuse to see the value of your vision. Their gaze, their boundaries, were as narrow as their world. They forgot you, deeming your spark worthless. Now they feel the waves of your progress, hiding their shortcomings within themselves. The forced smiles on their faces, the so-called congratulations, are all echoes of covered regrets. But some rejections are not personal. Deeper is the structural blindness with which the system deliberately tries to erase your existence. This was not only your story, but your struggle against the structure that tried to make you invisible. Your success today is a blow to the cracks of that old order. The sharpest silence of modern times was the digital one. Messages that were ignored, calls that remained silent, responses that did not find their place. Your existence, which was tried to be silenced, turned into the walls they built around you. But fate has reversed. Now the silence of your ascension echoes back to them. The moments they once thought worthless are now turning into their deep regrets. Their calculated silence was their underestimation of your potential. But when those walls crumble, only your name echoes back. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Imagine a tree, strong and unshakable, with roots reaching deep and branches reaching to the sky. When the wind comes, some leaves break off, others cannot hold on and fall. But the core of the tree is not weakened by the falling leaves, because its roots are strong. And so are you. Some people in your life are like those fallen leaves. When they came, maybe they were a color, maybe an ornament, but when they left, nothing was diminished from the strength of the tree. Those leaves made their choice, and your roots kept you standing. It doesn't matter why they left. They can make as many excuses as they want. Those gaps they left missing were actually excesses that you didn't need. Their silence cannot measure your worth. It only showed that they did not deserve their place next to you. Closure is not an expected promise, an apology, or an explanation. Closure is a realization born within you. Their absence is not the final scene of the story, but the fire of your new beginning. They are gone, and it was a matter of choice. Those strings are no longer in your hands. It is time to cut them and step into your freedom. This is the path of the chosen ones, because only those who are as brave as you are worthy to stay. When God closes one door, He actually opens another for you. Your victory is not based on the presence or approval of others. The seed of your success sprouted in those abandoned moments. With each step, the presence of those who despised you, those who ignored you, diminished. This is your journey, and who you share this journey with is your greatest test. You do not need their return. You do not have to bear their belated regrets. It is not a matter of arrogance, it is a matter of boundaries. Opening your heart is not an invitation to everyone, but only to the truly deserving. Those gaps have become healing spaces for you. In the roadmap God has drawn for you, the moments you thought you were abandoned were actually periods of preparation for ascension. Pay attention to the words of those who try to infiltrate your life with their comebacks, saying, "I have changed." Change is visible through actions, not words. You carry a value, you carry a light. And this light does not shine next to everyone. Some try to overshadow your ascent because their comfort depends on your descent. But you have grown by strengthening your roots. That is why you are now at the top. And not everyone can accompany you to that top. Your story is centered on what you have gained, not what you have lost. Sitting at your table is only possible by invitation. This table does not belong to opportunists. It belongs to those who put their labor and remain loyal. You do not have to let those who have left once come knocking again. Their place is to watch the victory you have built from a distant point. This is your choice. For the chosen ones are not in need of the crumbs offered to them. They are at the very heart of blessing and abundance. Go on your way. You are in this world for a purpose. No one's abandonment can change God's destiny for you. Let the leaves fall to the ground. You continue to reach for the sky with your roots. This is your journey, and every step you take is the moment of a miracle. You grew up without them, and you will continue to shine without them. This is your truth, and this truth will always lift you up. Disappearing like ghosts was not a coincidence, but a choice to take refuge in their comfort. Reckoning requires courage, labor, and responsibility. What they attempted was a false escape, running away from confrontation. The reason for their silence was their desire to protect their own peace of mind, not yours. But now jealousy echoes in their veins. Your rise is only a mirror for them. The further you advance, the more visible their stagnation has become. Every victory is a thorn in their shaken self-confidence. Their silence may seem like a shield of protection, but their real motivation was to cover up their own shortcomings. Forgetting you was actually an escape from themselves. In this story, those who set out on the road relying on their speed deserved the luxury of stopping. Now, as your steps approach the end, the only thing they realize is that they are left behind. You have progressed step by step on the path they once said, "No way." The only reason they want to go back and approach you is to walk the path they abandoned with your achievements. But there is something they forget. This victory was written with your labor. Their share is only the silence you left behind. Remember one truth. Victory belongs to those who persevere. Those who withdraw from the stage and watch from the sidelines return in fear of being forgotten. Only now do they realize this success, the fruit of your unseen efforts, the steps you took while everyone was asleep, and the nights you did not give up. They have seen neither your labor nor your sacrifice. They have only thought to return when your rise dazzles them. Once invisible, they were nowhere to be seen. That absence, instead of stopping you, made you grow. Denial didn't break you down, it strengthened you. Their silence shaped your resilience step by step. They may have forgotten, but you remember. The doors that closed became walls you had to overcome. Their absence was a rehearsal stage for your rise. You were despised, ignored, but now you have built a summit by ascending invisible stairs. Today, you filled the void they believed in. Those who have returned now watch with amazement where the path they once despised has led. When they come with empty words and half smiles, you remember the lonely moments you walked on that path. Their silence was your silent power. While they withered away, you breathed, survived, and recreated yourself. Now, they are only spectators, extras left out of the story, carrying the echo of a name they have forgotten. Your success story has opened a new route for those who want to break the molds of the system. This path exists for those who dare to face it. A new space has been built for those who are ready to act with your courage and turn their thoughts into action. Only determination opens the doors. Unfinished or reluctant souls are not here. Here, the winners drown out the noise of fate and proclaim their truth. Approval is no longer of value in your world. You transcend the judgments of men and advance to the summit you believe in, for your legacy grows not by revenge, but by progress. Your steps echo to new heights while the voices of skeptics remain behind. You do not need anyone's applause to overcome the mountains. The summit is your right. The only ones who find a place at your table now are those with depth. Numbers are no longer important. The quality of ties has become essential. The emptiness of those who are missing is your peace. The presence of those who support you is your strength. The boundaries you choose and the rules you set are the foundation of the legacy you are building today. Your own judgment, not the approval of others, has paved the way. Your table is set according to your rules, and the place is ready for those who chose to walk with you. The others, they will remain figures on the sidelines, looking on from afar. Those who underestimated your true strength actually strengthened your resolve, and those who supported you inspired you to walk the path. You don't need the superficial admiration of the crowd. You don't need their applause or their approval to build a legacy. Now, you are no longer proving anything to anyone. You are only showing yourself that you have achieved what has always been possible. Let people watch and envy, but let no one walk this path with you without deserving it. Reality does not ask permission to exist. It manifests itself as a natural force. With your ascension, the false ones disappear like old leaves in the wind. Their restlessness is not a burden for you to solve. It is a reflection they experience in the face of your light. Removing the wrong people from your life is not a loss, but clarity. Their presence was only a burden on your path. Your development revealed their limitations, and they chose to retreat rather than strive. Let them go. This separation is your freedom. Reality does not chase you, it attracts you. When the false shells fall away, people of the same vibration as you find their way in. These are not the souls who manage you, but those who truly understand, value, and have the same passion as you. This is no coincidence. It is the natural order of life. What is real attracts its own strength and automatically eliminates those who are incompatible. Those who could not tolerate your true self were never fit to be with you in the first place. They tried to minimize you. They wanted you to be shaped according to others. But your essence was a truth that knew no boundaries. Every step you took, every layer you shed, made this distinction clearer. While the wrong ones retreated, the right ones took their place. Those who enter your life are only those who are compatible with your power. Continue to evolve. Each transformation opens the way to deeper connections. Reality holds only what is right. When perfection grows silently, it can no longer be ignored. Those who once did not walk with you now recognize you because the sound of your achievements cannot be silenced. Their silence was their inability to see how the path they once saw as ordinary had reached a summit. But this rise is not luck. It is a reality woven with labor. It is your perseverance, not their deprivation, that has brought you to this point. The reason they come back and find you now is not because they have changed. It is because they cannot ignore your existence. But you are no longer in their debt. Great achievements are born at the intersection of time and labor. Their absence gave you the strength to focus. Their withdrawal honed your resilience. The foundation for this ascent was laid in your determination, not in the eyes of others. Even though they are trying to reach you now, you have already advanced without needing them. Because true greatness is a power that says everything with its presence. Even if they turn back and look for a share, you have always been the winner on this path. Exclusion is not a choice, it is a strategy. To conserve your energy is to defend your existence. Not everyone can have access to your space. Those who are truly with you are the ones who lift you up and inspire you to transcend your limits. The others, they are burdens that drain your focus, stalling your journey. It is in your power to decide who will stay by your side. It is your right to choose who you allow into your life. Those who do not deserve your energy cannot touch what you have built while they are content to watch from afar. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the passing concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this gesture will come back to you 100-fold in abundance. But the strategy cannot be devoid of morality. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is taking control away from others. You can show compassion in setting boundaries, but that compassion does not mean that you make room for them again. You can recognize their humanity, but that does not mean they have the right to disturb your peace. It is your responsibility to discern who has returned with sincerity and who has come back only to see the shining success. The real thing is shown by consistent effort, not by words. Empty praise and sudden returns are often masks for self-interest. Compassion has its limits. You don't have to make room for everyone. Self-defense is not turning your back on others. It is a necessary step in your development. Not accepting or rejecting the wrong people is not to reject them. It is to recognize yourself more clearly. You decide who sits at this table because your energy is valuable and not something to be wasted on those who do not deserve it. Some people around you, although they want to touch you, cannot carry the real burden. For them, your value is just an appearance, while you have created that value with your efforts. They want to reach for that glow, but they don't understand the labor behind it. They come back for their own benefit, but they are not ready to carry the same weight as you. It takes sacrifice, consistency, and sincerity to deserve a place in your story. The real one walks the same path as you. Others just follow the bright light. Real steps do not need false applause. The summit you have ascended has been raised by your purpose, not by revenge. It is in your hands to change your rules or write new ones. The people you need are not halfway. They are the ones who move at the same speed and with the same vision as you. Creating new doors, new systems, and new beginnings starts with you. Refusing is not a weakness. It is to protect your field. Saying no is not a defense. It is the strongest expression of your self-respect. Set your boundaries with courtesy, but when you see no justifiable reason to give permission, move on. Change is measured by evidence, not words. It is easy to say, "I have changed." What matters is whether it is reflected in behavior. Second chances are given to those who take sincere steps, not to those who raise their voices. Their return may be garnished with apologies, but real change is visible and lasting. Trust is a privilege earned through consistent effort, not a gift handed out at random. You don't have to believe, observe, measure, and give when they deserve it. Otherwise, the mask of change is just a show. Consistency trumps words. Time reveals the truth. Be patient and keep your limits. If the effort is insufficient, they are doomed to remain in the silence of the past. You owe them nothing. Their actions have already revealed their intentions, so there is no need for any further words. Your journey does not need their approval. As loud as their silence was, now your achievements drown it out. Those who stay behind when effort is needed rush to the stage when the reward appears, but their return does not change who you are. They are only part of the spectacle, not your story. They have made their choice. Now, they can only watch from afar. Sometimes reconciliation is not the end of a story, but its repetition. You don't need to open the door to the past to move forward. You have already built the peace that they could not give you. As each step takes that silence further away, the closure you need has already been born within you. Their lack was not an obstacle to your journey. On the contrary, it was part of your progress. They chose to watch. Now, they can only look from afar. Move on, set your boundaries, and let the silence echoing behind you be only their memory. Once they show who they are, there is no need for doubt. True friends deserve to share your light when you are with them in the dark. The table is a place only for the faithful, those who sacrifice, those who walk beside you, and those who support you even in the most difficult moments. The people you celebrate are the ones who stay, not the ones who run away in difficult moments. Look around. Everyone around you is a reflection of who you are. Those sitting at your table are the ones who share your values and take your journey seriously. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles. Feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Success is also defined by who is not there. Their place is to stay out of the story. When they want to go back to your life, they are left standing in front of doors that no longer have meaning for you. You have nothing to prove. What you've built is unshakable and independent of their judgment. This table belongs to the deserving. True commitment, not empty promises or sudden turns, fills it. Your ascension is not a door of opportunity. Those who want to be involved in your life without seeing your labor, sacrifice, and faith will never take root. Your success is not a ladder for the benefit of others. It is the product of loyalty and honest endeavor. Those who fill around the table are those who stay with you in difficult days. Those who take root when the storm blows. They deserve to grow beside you when the sun shines. Remember them, honor them, because those who share this journey with you are the ones who deserve the same breath when you reach the summit. And the others? They are the ones who have to stand on the edge of the garden and watch. Those who avoid sowing seeds have no right to be a partner in the harvest. Those who cannot leave a mark in their lives live the consequences of their own choices. Those who prefer to stay in the shadow can never step into the light again. Your garden belongs to those who are loyal, those who labor, those who take root with sincerity. They are part of this growth. Protecting your own garden is not selfishness, it is wisdom. Not every person, not every relationship can sprout in your soil. Some pollute the soil, deplete the energy, and leave nothing but a hole at the end. But you have learnt to fill that hole with fertility again when you realize this, because the soil grows green again, the trees grow again. This journey is a work of faith that requires patience. Choose your soil, love your garden, and nourish those who deserve to grow. You are a chosen soul. Your every step, your every success is the work of a grace that comes through faithfulness. It is not easy to sit at that table. Those who want a place must earn it. Not everyone can have a place. Only those who really stay, those who stand by your side in difficult moments can sit with you at that table. The others, they are condemned to stand on the edge of life and watch your blessings. Let them watch. Their absence has not diminished your table. It has made your garden more abundant. Remember, your roots reach into the solid soil God has provided for you. Let only those who are in harmony with your light grow with you. The rest, nothing but seeds lost beneath the soil. This ascension is not a coincidence, but the building of a legacy. Every difficulty, every sacrifice, and every step was necessary for you to be here. Protecting your boundaries is not about exclusion. It's about making space for the right people. Your success is not only personal, it is also a pioneering, inspiring symbol. Now it is your turn to write your story. Do not depend on anyone else's presence. Protect your identity, set your boundaries, and move forward. The best tables gain meaning, with well-deserved places filled with true commitment.